Great morning, great morning, great morning. I am Nicole D. Jones, and I'm just happy and grateful for another day. I'm happy and grateful for life. I tell you all the time, I don't take life for granted. I don't take it lightly. I'm happy and grateful that I've just had an opportunity for another day to look at me, to right my wrongs, to understand the difference between character and behavior. Like every day that we have an opportunity to learn and grow, it's another day that we need to be grateful. We need to be thankful. I'm happy and grateful for you. I don't take these mornings lightly. I'm so excited that it's Manifest Monday. Like I said, these days were named months ago. And as time has progressed and as Jehovah God has shown different things, the days line up. So I'm happy and grateful. I'm happy and grateful that we are wealthy. Now, excuse me, I'm keep the same. We are healthy first. We are wealthy. We are prosperous. And everything that our hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow. I'm happy and thankful for the laws. I'm happy and thankful that I understand now that there are just some things in the universe that if I tap into them, I can do nothing but receive a reward back from. I'm happy and grateful. I'm happy and grateful that Jehovah God judges me by my heart and not by my actions. That right there is enough, okay? But I'm happy and I'm grateful for every day. Don't take your days for granted. Don't take them lightly. It's Manifest Monday. Speak those things that is not as though they are. But when you're speaking them, make sure that you're speaking something positive. Make sure you're speaking something of substance. Make sure you're speaking something that is going to grow, not only for you, but the person next to you and the person next to them. Everything that proceeds out of your mouth, it needs to be something that's prosperous, something that's going to allow you to grow, something that is going to manifest, okay? Things that will help you and others evolve. I'm telling y'all, it's power, it's life and death, power and authority, all of that in your tongue, okay? So we were doing the laws, and man, like I'm keep telling y'all, if you have not, go back and watch the laws. Did I put up Friday's call? Lord, I don't know if I put up Friday's call. I'll look after this, but I want us to, because I've been reading, of course, I'm reading Napoleon Hill and John C. Maxwell right now, are my two main books. A couple weeks ago, it was Dr. Miles Monroe and Dr. Mike Murdoch. I'm on John C. Maxwell and Napoleon Hill. But one thing that jumped out to me, because I know we're gonna stay with the laws. I'm gonna start another law Wednesday. But what I want us to think about today, and we've talked about it before, watch your thoughts, they become your actions. I can't remember what it is. I'll pull it up in a minute. But we talked about it before. But what I wanted to talk about today is our thoughts, because everything begins with a thought, right? We know that everything begins here. Okay. This is Manifest Monday. So I want to remind you, all right, our battlefield is in our mind. Our Garden of Eden is our mind. There's a conscious and a subconscious. Our thoughts, all our thoughts, everything is the beginning, all right? So even last 2 weeks, when we learned about the seed and all that, everything begins with a thought, okay? And so you have to remember that what we choose to think about is what determines who we are. Who we are determines what we do. Okay? What you think is a reflection of who you are. All right? So we got to get rid of that stinking thinking, because we don't stink. We're not stinky. Okay? You got to be to a point where your thoughts, you got to learn how to take every thought captive. All right? Anything that is not pleasing, anything that's not going to help you prosper, anything that's not going to help you grow, that little gossipy thought, that little hateration, all of that. You've got to learn how to take those thoughts captive, because what you think determines who you are. All right? It allows people to see who you are. Your conversations tell people who you really are. Okay? We can dress up real pretty. We can look the part, but let somebody talk. Just sit and have a conversation with somebody. All right? Your words are always going to expose your thoughts. Okay? So we gotta be careful. All right? Who you are determines what you do. All right? So if you one who run your mouth, you messy Marvin, your life gonna be messy. All right? If you're one who gotta be on the in and the no, you're gonna be clueless. All right? Straight up. Because if you in the in and in the no, and you always in something, but remember, there's a specific place. You're supposed to be somewhere, not everywhere. So if you're the one that's just in everything, listen, your life gonna be all around. It's gonna be scattered, okay? In order to achieve goals, we gotta be focused, all right? Even in your thoughts, if you're distracted, you're not gonna fulfill your goals in a, I don't want to say exponential time, but it's going to take you longer, because you're going to have to spend more time dealing with you. Lord, I'm not doing pow today. It's Manifest Monday. All right. Our thoughts determine our destiny, and our destiny determines our legacy. Now, I don't know about you, but everything that I do at this juncture in my life, my final goal is legacy. Okay? Everything that I am putting my hands on now, my final goal is legacy. Why do I say final? Because I have goals, okay? But every goal that I make, it is to leave legacy. This journey is fixed. I told you, we all have a final destiny. None of us can get away from this, all right? So I have shifted my perspective. Through my journey, I understand that as long as I am doing the best that I can, as long as I'm intentional to stay on the heartbeat of Jehovah God, as long as I'm intentional to be where I'm supposed to be, that's somewhere instead of everywhere, anywhere. As long as I'm doing that, I believe by faith that blessings will come to me through the process. But my final goal is legacy, okay? It's what I can leave. It's what are you gonna remember me by, all right? 50, 80, 100 years from now, what is someone gonna say? What is someone's children's children gonna say about Nicole D. Jones? That's legacy, okay? We gotta understand even the extent and the broad and the wide picture of what legacy is. Now, younger days, legacy meant to me how much money somebody was leaving me and how much money could I leave to somebody. But I'm understanding more and more, you can't put a price on freedom. You can't put a price on happiness. You can't put a price on, freedom. Like internally, externally, you can't put a price on it. I want my legacy, what I leave, to be where generational curses have been broken and my children's children can live free in every aspect of their life. I want Mama Nicole to have dropped some nuggets that is wisdom and pearls that you're able to take and drop into your children's children, all right? We got to understand that our thoughts determine our destiny, and our destiny determines our legacy, all right? So why am I on thoughts today? Because if we're honest, we have to be intentional to stop our stinking thinking. Okay? It's easier to complain. It's easier to murmur. It's easier to be mad. It's easier to blow off steam. It's easier than to have to sit and really reel your thoughts back in when you're in an icky place. Okay? Friday, man, Freedom Friday, we had a good call. We wrapped up. Well, you know, Freedom Friday. Now, Friday, I felt like I was all over the place on the call. But, hey, you know, I don't know. But it was still Freedom Friday. I had a lot I had planned to do. My plans didn't work out. Man, y'all, by 7 p.m., by 8 o'clock, I was 360 high. Okay? Oh, Lord. I was just, whoop. I was all the way to the left. And it wasn't to the right. I needed to be to the right. I was to the left. Okay? It's bad. It was bad. I had to ride from here to North Carolina. We had an event Saturday. And when I tell you, it felt like everything that could go wrong started going wrong. I had to not, I did come home, girl. I was hot. All right? So I vented, I got mad, I did all this stuff. Boy, I was just, ooh, like, you know, just unappreciative, disrespectful, ignorant, blah, blah, blah people. All right, that's where I was. But I had to, even in my venting, she is a witness. I don't know if she on the phone or not, on the line or not, but I had to pull it back and say, shame on you, Nicole. Shame on you, because nobody told you to change your plans. Shame on you, all right? Good intentions. What I was trying to do was good, but nobody told me to do what I did, and it backfired in my face. Nope, no problem. So I had to get off the phone, and for them 4 hours, I had to deal with me. I had to deal with my thoughts, all right? I had to understand that if I keep a stinking thinking, then everything that I do this weekend is gonna stink, all right? I had to be intentional. I dealt with myself, all right? Now, in the process of dealing with myself, it was good that I had that time alone, all right? It was good that I had that quiet time and that time to just reflect. And it doesn't mean that what was done to me was right, because I still feel like it was wrong, all right? But at the end of the day, I tell y'all, you can't control anyone but yourself. So I had to take the posture, and I kept saying it on the phone, man, like, shame on you, Nicole. Shame on you, Nicole. When I went and told Tate, but I was like, you know what? But shame on me, because nobody told me to change this and do this. I did that, all right? Why do I say that? Because everything begins with a thought, all right? My thoughts were so stinking, I had to dig myself out of it, all right? Literally, woo, literally, all right? Because I had to remember what I think is a reflection of who I am. See, I'm telling y'all, when you get to a point where you can, it's 10:16, when you can keep your eyes on you, I'm not saying situations aren't going to happen, because they are. We understand that this journey is predestined, and the reality is there are potholes along the road that are strategically placed there, all right? None of us have a full, smooth, newly tarred road, all right, on this journey. We understand that. But when we get to a point where we understand that trials and tribulations are set there to get us to turn our eyes and put them on ourselves, it don't feel good. It don't look good. But one thing I can guarantee you, the reward is great. It's great. We had a phenomenal time. And then, it wasn't just Friday, y'all. Now, Friday night, Tate had to come meet me. I ended up getting there 30 minutes early. So I must have been like, I was dealing with me. The Lord was with me because I don't know how fast I was going, but I got there early. But that night I had forgot like the charging plugs and I forgot all this stuff that I needed. Had to go to Best Buy the next day. Ended up there what I felt 30 minutes late, but it was right on time. Okay. We have to be able to. Now imagine if I didn't take Friday to deal with my thoughts. I'd have went in there Saturday because it's, because the trials spilled into Saturday. All right. So, and I hadn't eaten, y'all, because I'm trying to not eat after 8 o'clock. So I got on the road. I'm hungry, hadn't eaten, got up late Saturday morning, hadn't eaten. When you get hangry, oh Lord. Then I was late to an event. Man, it was so many things that I feel like had I not taken those hours to deal with my thoughts, it could have spilled over. And then because I'm just transparent, I just told them like, hey, man, everything that could have stopped this has tried to stop it. But I'm happy and grateful because I shifted my perspective even before them and before then. And I already went there with an expectation of an experience. And I had a phenomenal experience. Phenomenal, okay? It didn't matter that the room wasn't full. Who was there needed to be there. What they needed to get, they got. Everything worked out. It was in perfect timing, all right? Man, I'm telling you, if we can get this about our thoughts, know that everything comes from a thought, and what you think determines who you are, and it'll determine what we do. It determines who we are. It determines what we do. Our thoughts determine our destiny, and our destiny determines our legacy. We got to get to the place where we start shifting, okay? We got to shift our mindset. We got to shift our thought. Our thoughts, in shifting them, will shift our perspective, all right? And it was great. Like Jaden he wanted to stay with Grant. He didn't want to go. And then y'all didn't eat since Friday. Lord, but Sunday dinner, my Lord, was worth it. I could have not ate for 48 hours just for the Sunday dinner that was prepared. Oh my God. But thoughts, perspective, all right? We got to stay in that space where we understand how powerful our thoughts are. So when the stinking thinking comes, when those thoughts come that are negative, when those thoughts come that don't line up with the character of you, we've got to be able to be intentional to grasp those thoughts. Start looking at your thoughts for what they really are. And what they really are is a reflection of you, okay? So if you're not an ugly person, don't talk ugly. You're not a messy person, don't be messy. We all get the thoughts. We all get the feelings. If you're not an angry person, when those thoughts of anger, and you can, envision yourself just choking someone and throwing them up on the wall, listen, you better learn how to take those thoughts captive, all right? You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt somebody. Ain't no telling where you end up. And it doesn't mean that the thoughts aren't valid, but we have to get to a place where we have enough self-control that the negative thoughts, the thoughts that won't prosper us, the thoughts that won't do us any good, that we don't manifest them, that we don't grow them, that we don't water those, but that we really learn how to diffuse them. Because for every negative, there's a positive. Think of a battery, all right? What side you gonna have up? The negative side or the positive side? How's your glass? Is it half full or half empty? We really got to start doing that. And it's not easy. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's still not always easy, because depending on the person, place, or thing determines if it's easy or hard, okay? But when you start getting into the routine of being intentional, you won't stay in that stinking thinking as long as you really could. You won't do it, all right? You won't do it. So, manifest Monday, all right? Our thoughts is clear because our heart and our mind is clear. Our heart and our mind is free. So our thoughts are free. Okay, so we think on good things. We think on the things that are going to help us. We think on the things that are going to help us fulfill our goal. We think on the things that are going to help us walk in humility, in prosperity, all right, in peace. We think on these things, and when other things don't line up, we learn how to deal with the battle in our mind, because it has no power until you speak it out. Okay? Some things you got to just remind yourself, the battle is in my mind. This is the battlefield. The battlefield is my mind. Sometimes we go off and we have these thoughts, and then it's like we're baffled that this is happening. Why are you baffled? The battlefield's in the mind. Okay? We understand that. But you got to remember, the Garden of Eden is your mind too. Okay? Where you are, your creation, who you are, your subconscious. We got to learn how to allow the subconscious to take over the conscious. All right? The battle's in the conscious mind. Eden is in the subconscious. So we got to start pulling. First we got to feed the subconscious so that when the conscious mind, when the battles start coming, your bank in your subconscious is full, so it just start combating. All right? That's why you need to speak affirmations. That's why you need to speak good things. That's why you need to be a good person. That's why you have to suppress those negative things, those things that are hurtful, those things that will profit you nothing. Okay? You have to begin to do it. Be intentional, and it gets easier. Okay? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It gets simple because it's not easy, but it is simple. All right? There's a difference. Riyadh says it all the time. Even with trading, even with this opportunity, if you're a part of the trading community with me, all right? It's simple, but it's not easy. Okay? But just as easy as it could do simple things, it's easy not to. All right? Simple things, simplicity, sometimes we overlook it because it's so simple. All right? But you start getting in the habit, all right? You start getting to a place where I'm telling y'all, if you can be intentional, if you don't do nothing else, when you're thinking about stuff, ask yourself, does this reflect who I really am? And if it's something negative and your answer is yes, deal with that. Deal with it, because you're not a negative person. You're a person of value. You're a person that's necessary. You're a person that's needed. You're the solution, not the problem. You're the head and not the tail. You're above and not beneath. Okay? You're royalty. You're kingship. All right? So do your thoughts line up with that? And if they don't, handle it. All right? It's just that simple. Handle it. Let everything that you do reflect who you are. One thing that I'm grateful for, I feel like I'm getting to a point where the outbursts are not as much and they're not as long. All right? See, I don't put unrealistic expectations on me. All right? I'm moody. All right? I have a temper. I got a hand problem, y'all. I don't sit too close because I got a hand problem. But I recognize these things. So when I get into that place, when I get into a Friday, and I know that I'm a venter, I know my safe places to vent where I can get it off. But I guarantee you, in that rant, before it's over, I'm never going to rant and just leave it. I'm going to always redirect it back to me. And then I'm going to have to get off the phone or stop talking to whoever I'm talking to, and I'm going to have to deal with me. All right. I'm very intentional to do that. Be intentional to take those thoughts captive. All right. That will not manifest and prosper anything that's good, anything that's long lasting, and anything that'll build you. Okay. It's 10:27. I want you to remember it's Manifest Monday. So when we get off this call, speak those things in your life. Manifest. I'm so happy and grateful now. And you do it. And by faith, believe it. And increase your desire to believe what it is that you're speaking. Okay? You have the authority. You have the power. You just have to make sure that your life lines up with who you really are. That's it. Simple. Yet not always easy. All right. So I am Nicole D. Jones. I want you to continue to walk in your health, your wealth, your prosperity. All right. Stay humble, stay focused, and stay positive, and continue to be the best you unapologetically, because you're doing it through a posture of submission to Jehovah God. And because of that, you will walk out humility. All right. I want you to continue to have a fantabulous day. Smooches.